Star Wars Paladin here. Okay, is that it? Still having problems with my computer. Can't tell if it started a new video or not. Weird. Doing another Voidstar, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with this computer. I think it's a problem with the hard drive. I need to set up. I'm gonna go through my settings and see if I can find some kind of cleanup for it to do every night. See if there's some kind of. Shoot, that's not what I wanted. I don't know. I don't even know where that is. I knew where I was in Windows 95. Doesn't count though, does it? But yeah, a new CPU and motherboard would, oh, no, thank you. I don't know how I'm gonna figure this out. I can't even tell if it's recording. I don't know why it already says it's 4 gigs large, but it only started a minute ago. I don't know. It's really starting to irritate me, to be perfectly honest. I bet we're gonna get pub stomped again by these guys. And my frame rate's back down to 1050. This is really upsetting. I try to be like upbeat and stuff, but I gotta be honest. Whoops, I jumped to the wrong guy. I've been doing this for almost a week, 4 or 5 nights. Oh, I'm gonna be dead this whole entire round. That's. I can't pull up there. The leaderboard. I don't know how to pull up. I don't know if you can pull up the leaderboard. I've been doing this for a week, almost. With no problems besides my own ignorance and accident stuff. And then all of a sudden, install stupid Google Chrome. Last night, that's the only thing. I haven't done anything else on my computer. There hasn't been any Windows updates. Normally it's Windows updates. There hasn't been any Windows updates. There hasn't been anything. I installed some stuff trying to render files the other day. But since then, my computer has worked still just fine for like 3 more days. Yeah, 3 more days. Everything's fine. And then, just look, I mean, it's terrible. I mean, it says this video is recording, but I don't see how it could possibly be recording. And I missed the door because this door only lasts about 2 seconds. Voidstar really needs to be rebalanced. Voidstar, not Palm. BioWare doesn't want to admit it, and all the so-called hardcore PvPers, and we're just stupid casuals, and all the hardcore PvPers. No, it's just fine the way it is. Well, you know what? That's fine, except you guys aren't the majority. And I hate I'm not just blanket trash talking all hardcore PvPers, but it's the ones that say that everything's fine when everything's not fine. And then for all the people that would say, well, it's balanced at the higher levels. Well, you know what? Again, you guys, that's like a fringe community. It's a fringe community. If they want to rebalance, because here's the thing. What's it called? No, wrong thing. If they wanted to rebalance ranked, I say go for it. But the thing is, like, I don't know. I don't want to turn this into complaining. Honestly, I hate complaining. I'm trying so hard. Shoot, I'm not gonna make it. I hate complaining. I hate whining. And I'm trying really hard to, like, not talk about, for example, things that can't happen. I'm trying to stop that. I'm trying to not complain about the way things should be, because I know some people have a problem with that are stuck. There's a lot of people that are stuck in the what if. Like the anti-Second Amendment people stuck in the whole what if fantasy land. And there's all these people stuck in the I wish things could be fantasy land. I try to operate in the how things actually legitimately could be without a whole terrible amount of effort if people would just use common sense and critical thinking. And they could balance, TOR could balance these if they want. And the community could get together if they wanted. But instead, like, for example, I was on the what board was I on? Oh, crap. I was on a board the other day on GameFAQs. I love GameFAQs. Oops, they are gonna get that, unfortunately. Oh, guess he decided to meditate instead of get the door. That must mean someone else is getting the door. Yep. I was on a GameFAQs board, and we were talking back and forth about how since the next-gen Killer Instinct came out, how nice it would be if the next Clay Fighter, a next-gen tournament level Clay Fighter came out. This guy just comes out of nowhere. Some guy on a new account. Apparently, you know, he's too much of a coward to post on his main account. Took what I said out of context, misquoted me, made fun of me, and then didn't even bother to post on the actual topic. I mean, now I know it's like, well, where have I been? That's the whole entire internet. Yeah, but here's the thing. He was blasting us, calling us casuals, and how, oh, casuals are ruining Street Fighter, and casuals are ruining EVO, which is this huge fighter tournament. And I wrote, like, nice. That was actually, that wasn't too bad. I wrote like 12 different responses to this guy. And I realized, I'm like, you know what, this is a new account. And this guy is just, he has no idea what he's talking about. He's a new guy. And so I just laid out the lie. I said, look, you're on a new account. You misquoted me. took what I said out of context, and bashing casuals is like 2 years old, if not. I mean, I haven't heard anybody bitch about casuals in ages. And yet, here he was, bitching about casuals. And, I'm like, you know what? You're not adding anything to the community, just leave. I mean, why are you even here? If you're not gonna, I mean, you claim to love the community. But you're just, you're destroying the community. And that's how I feel about this too. Like, if you love Star Wars, if you love TOR, if you love whatever and you want this to work, then you need to figure out what's for the greater good. It turns more into like a political situation. Like, the House, the Senate, they can't figure very much out, but they're finally figuring the budget out. Because they realized that they're both going to lose. They're both going to lose, no matter what side you're on. Anybody should be able to admit that if they can't figure something out, they're both going to lose. So, that's how you negotiate. Well, if we can't figure out how to balance war zones, why aren't you capping the door? Oh, because of CC. Oh, if only my frame rate. I could have actually done something probably. I don't want to put any money into this though, unless I actually know if people are going to support me. That's the problem with this stuff. You fool yourself into thinking that you can throw money at a problem and that there's going to be an end game, some kind of success, but you put your faith into people, and people more often than not honestly let you down. More often than not, software lets you down, hardware lets you down. There has to be some kind of, it's kind of like I was just talking about the politics, there has to be a mutual understanding, a mutual agreement to move forward. That's why I always say, like, if you like these videos, like, subscribe, and tell your friends, because just like crowdfunding, if you if you want a game, you need to actually donate when they're on Kickstarter. Otherwise, you can't really say that you want that game anymore. There we go. If you want people to make more music, buy the damn CD or buy their merch. Stop pirating. If you want them to do a concert, actually show up to the damn concert instead of just wishing that they would be there, then when they are there, not going. It's that kind of bullcrap. Then you're like, well, why isn't there a new Dungeon Keeper game? Well, how many people bought Dungeon Keeper 2? You want another frickin' Force Unleashed game like I did? Did you go buy Force Unleashed 2? Or did you just sit and bash it like everybody else? You buy things used, people don't get money, then they run out of money and they close their studios down, and then you bitch because they're closing their studios down. It has to go both ways. You can't have both. So that's why I say, like, subscribe, leave comments, because that's how it goes. That's how I'll know whether or not this is that you guys even want this, because I've seen a couple of views. I know people are watching this, but I mean not a lot. I mean it's probably going to be one of those things where it's like one post for every 100 viewers or whatever, and that's fine. And I actually got my very first responder earlier, but then I realized that I can't even respond to him. Woo! I can't even respond to him because Google doesn't allow it. So I had to spend a freaking half hour figuring that out. But you know, I did it. I did it because I'll put my money where my mouth is. But then you think about that. Well, YouTube wants people to use this. Google wants people to use this, but then they do stuff like that to where if you're a channel owner, but you're not using your core account, that you're not going to be able to even respond to people's posts. Like, are you kidding me? Like, who thought that that was a good idea? That doesn't make any sense. Created this whole set of functionality, but you can't respond to posts. But they want people to keep using it. But I have to go log on to another account just to respond to people. You can't have both. Either you make it work and you're friendly and you help, or if you're not going to contribute, you gotta go. But you can't. Instead, you got all these leeches just leeching off all the systems. That's a metaphor for a lot of things. That's a whole other discussion. This is gonna be my last game for the night. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. Run some, set it to run defrag every night or something. Set it to run some kind of system cleaner every night, and then hope it doesn't screw up my uploads. So that's it. Obviously we lost. No big deal. But let's see how close we got. So they beat us 4-1 on healing. And they beat us over 2-1 on damage. That's insane. What's that? Yeah. Alright. That's it. Thanks everybody for watching. And this is my last one for the night. Hopefully these upload. And like, subscribe, leave comments, and hopefully you like listening to my thoughts and ideas and stuff. And Warzone's the answer. Talk to you guys later. Goodbye.